And yeah, so we'll get everybody admitted here. Okay. I see so many people getting logged in. Fantastic. Okay. It is time. Is everybody kind of ready? Okay, I'll go. I see Art's in the background here too, so I think we'll just get started. Let me go live. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. You know, I actually had to put my computer up on the stand today because, you know, I just get too excited. You know, when I first of all, that we get to see everybody. So hello, everybody out there. Hello, hello. Good to see you. And also because of what just happened this week. When they launched this campaign, it was like, seriously, what? How could this even be? How could they actually get, you know, so much into one campaign? And it really is. I mean, we've been having record months, and I totally believe this is going to be an incredible time here. So we're going to talk a bit today about this campaign to make sure that you understand everything about it, but actually also talk about what you can be doing to hit those next ranks, or as our next speaker says, get to a whole nother level. Why don't we just bring him on here right away? Our managing director from North America, Art Jonak. You have to say, has there ever been anything this crazy?
No, there has not, Carla. It's good to see you. It's good to see everybody. I'm calling in from an undisclosed location. I'm traveling, so that's exciting. So where I'll start with this is that around the idea of when a campaign hits, understand that the campaign is icing on the cake, right? So the pay plan is the same as it was last month and the month prior and the month prior to that. The company is the same. It's gotten better than it was the month prior to that, right? The management is the same. The products, for the most part, are the same until leader school. I'd see a surprise there. So all of that is the same. The thing that's changed is we have a campaign. And campaign, the way to think about it, the way I always think about it from the field perspective especially, is that's extra money, right? That's extra money. It's like on top of the existing plan, on top of everything that's there. So think of it as icing on the cake. And some people will choose to dig into that icing and use what it can do for them. And some people will say, you know what, I love the plan, and anything that happens of the campaign, great. Anything that doesn't, great. And we welcome everybody. But I can tell you, if you have big goals, if you have big dreams, if you really want to go take this to a whole nother level, then the people who do that, they don't skip campaigns, right? They say, hey, anything the company gives us extra is going to be extra icing on the cake, right? And anything the company gives me extra, I'm going to take 100% advantage of it. I mean, why leave money on the table? So that's the way to look at it. So that would be the mindset. Number two is optimists, right? We have pessimists, we have optimists. Well, optimists believe in the future and they believe in their future, right? So that's kind of the definition of an optimist. An optimist says, hey, good things are likely to happen, right? An optimist says, today I'm going to wake up and I'm going to solve problems. I'm going to take on challenges. Today I'm going to win. Today is the day that good things happen to me. Today is going to be amazing, right? Today, we have no choice as entrepreneurs. That's in our blood. I woke up today. I had so many cool things, people to meet today. And I said, every meeting I'm going to have, everything I'm going to learn today is going to be amazing. Because the opposite of that is you wake up in the morning and go, today is going to stink. Today I'm going to fail. Today, things aren't going to go well for me. Today is just going to be bad. Like, you can't have that attitude. So as entrepreneurs, we've got to be optimists. We got to believe in the future. We got to believe in our future. And here's the secret. Optimists are the ones who end up building the future, right? It's not the pessimists. I challenge you to find one entrepreneur from Elon Musk to, the person that just started their restaurant business to brand new, person in Zinzino is excited, and they become successful. I have yet to meet any one of them that wakes up in the morning as a pessimist every day. Like you're just self-rejecting. Like that's what you're doing. So if that's something you need help with, that's okay, right? Not all of us are born optimists. Sometimes we have to work our way into it. But then start picking up a book like the Magic of Thinking Big, right? And start reading. Right? A great way to start developing optimism is by reading and start putting in programming into your head of what's possible. Pick up a biography, start reading it, right? Get on calls like this, get around people who are having success, and start developing that optimistic attitude. Okay. So Carla, I'm going to start there, right? Those are the two things. One is icing on the cake, and I would start licking that icing, right? Let's take advantage of it. Because if you want a big business, take the money, right? Let's take advantage of it. Number two, come at it from an optimistic standpoint, right? What if this campaign can really change things for me? What if this campaign helps me go get one new partner and they go give away their two, basic partner kits, and out of that comes something special? What if in the first 2 weeks I learn how to use this so well, and I can repeat it 3-4 more times during the campaign in June and July, that I become a master at promoting this campaign and it creates momentum in my team? What if, right? So Carla, I'm going to hop out to you. If you can just quickly explain the campaign, right? Mm-hmm. Just go through the fundamentals. We can talk about a little bit of how to promote it. And then if we have time, I'm going to share with you a couple of points out of my promotion campaign box. Like, what are some of the things that I do to promote a campaign? Okay, so we'll close with that. So I'll turn it to you to give us a summary of the campaign.
Well, I think it is absolutely incredible because, first of all, there's two different things. You can either say, what do you do for if you have a new partner coming in? And actually, it's also for people who, if you've been a partner in Zinzino. So this is kind of the gist of things, which is absolutely crazy. So if you are ordering an ultimate kit, and to be honest, you need to order an ultimate kit no matter what. It's the best kit to get started with. So no matter where you're at, you want that ultimate kit. But this is the thing that you get with it. So you order this ultimate kit, and you're going to get 2 promo codes to sign up the first partners in your team for free. The promo codes actually give that person a better body kit. And you know what? Those better body kits, if you're looking at the retail value, that's over $500 in the US. And what we're usually paying for it is like $299. You're getting incredible things that you're able to give to 2 others. Yeah, just totally give them. You get them set up on this, and they get to keep these things. They don't have to do anything for it. It's just like this, no risk. Just get started, start promoting this. How many people wouldn't want to get started in something for free? And actually, if it's a brand new partner, they get the 2 codes. If you're an existing partner, you can buy an ultimate kit yourself and also get 2 kits. They're the promo codes. Now you need to use them within the 15 days. So, but of course you want to get people started right away. And why? Because they can do the exact same thing. They can also buy an ultimate kit and get 2 codes to give to somebody in their team. Now get this. In Zinzino, one of the craziest things that they've ever done is be able to give a refund for what you start in. So if you buy an ultimate kit, the $949 kit in the US, it's like, about $1,000 for everything. You're going to be able to get that refund if you follow the rules on it. Now, all the rules are going to be specific. You can find it in an email. You can get, you want to keep your auto ship all year, and you need to have at least 25 customers. You can do that. I've seen people do that in the first week, but you have a whole year to do that. So at the end of May, the 31st, your partners, you can have all of that refunded. So not only are you getting an ultimate kit, you're getting these 2 codes for 2 better body kits. You are able to get that all refunded? Seriously, Art, how is this even possible?
Well, the beauty of this, and Carla, thank you for giving us that summary. The beauty of this Zeno business model, which is you look at it as a moat, right? A moat is that moat around a castle that protects it from competition, protects it from the enemy, so to speak. And companies something called moats, and moats protect the company from the competition, and it creates a flywheel effect that makes it so that we have a long-term business. And Zinzino, inside the direct selling space, one of the things that they're very unique about is that they create real customers, right? Customers that are not distributors, partners, or consultants, whatever you call it inside the direct selling space. These are people who simply say, I see value in this product. I think it's amazing, test-based versus guest-based. $39 a month in the US for the balance oil. I get a free test after 120 days. Of course, I'm going to switch over to this if I'm already taking oils. And if not, I'm getting educated on it and I'm going to switch over to this. Maybe I'll get the health protocol kit, right? So there's this large group of people that are voluntarily in business with Zenzino because of the benefits that they're getting, right? They get it shipped right to their door. It's just amazing. And what hasn't really been available inside the direct selling space is a company that builds this huge customer base. And the larger the customer base, the larger the percentage of volume that comes from customers, guess what? The more freedom the company has to do some pretty amazing campaigns, right? That's the byproduct of having a customer-first, customer-based company in direct selling. So yes, a campaign like this, I've never seen a campaign like this in direct selling ever. Why can Zinzino do it? Because they're such a customer-led company, right? It's one of the byproducts of the first 10 years of work that the companies had to do to get to this point, to be able to pull the trigger on something so amazing.
So just to cut in here, because actually I can see Julieta is on here, and Julieta is one of the reasons because of her customer base. And I think it'd be good. Would it be an okay time to pull on Julieta here? Okay.
Absolutely.
Because you were just talking about this customer base, and she is one. Let me just say, Julieta is a gal who here in the United States has the largest customer base, and you can't even keep track of her numbers after a while. But she is. Well, let's pull her on here and check. Hey, Julieta, Royal Crown, Julieta, come on here. You need to unmute.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Hi, Art.
And look, everybody's in their car moving, and I'm sure, working hard in the business. It's fun to see that we're building this business, even moving in the car. Julieta, just to kind of say, customer base, you hear what Art said. I mean, it's spot on that they're really pulling in, when we're having these customers. How many customers do you have at the moment? Do you know, or how many have you passed? What's the greatest amount of customers you've had?
1,100 something.
I just get excited to hear that.
Hey, Carla, let's just emphasize that's not in her entire organization. Those are personal customers. She's got a whole lot more inside of her organization. Okay, just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, okay. So for anybody out there, did you hear that? 1,100 something or other. So yes, people want these products, and there's a reason for it. So Julieta, when you heard this campaign, seriously, your Royal Crown, you have people in your team. What was your first thoughts?
Well, I'm gonna tell you a little bit. I'm sorry, I can't really speak. I've been speaking so much, but I'm gonna tell you a little bit about a campaign that I have, a personal campaign. I've been thinking a lot about, Daniela, my personal, she's a director, and I've been thinking about the housewives. How many housewives do you know that want to have their own income? I started when I was, my kids were little. I had a perfect marriage, but life takes you places you have no idea you're going to be. And I ended up divorcing and living in the United States and knowing anybody. But thank God that I had a business that I can live with, and And now I've been thinking about, with all this crisis, pandemia, and the economic crisis, I want I want all my partners to look for two housewives, two housewives who want to change their lives, who want to get an income, who want to do something. And because now I'm focusing on the partners, because you can see that my customer base, it's pretty well done. So now I'm focusing on my partners. And so I've been thinking about, how many housewives do you know? Your sister, your best friend, your mother, your daughter, your neighbor. But usually they don't have money to invest. That's the big thing. They want to do something. They don't want to depend on a man, but they don't have money to invest. So this campaign is just, I was completely shocked. It's like the universe heard me. I need something to help these women. And this is the perfect way to do it. This is just.
Yeah, it really is. And
Crazy.
Actually, how many
Crazy.
people? Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. I think so too. And how many people we can help get started in a business. They don't have any risk, and you can actually, just give them a business and then help them
For
reach their
free.
goal.
For free. It's like, are you kidding me?
And it doesn't even have shipping involved. Seriously, they get it completely free. So yeah, I know, we're going to be getting so many people started, but I think absolutely everybody. I love that you see your story. Art talks about building your story, and now you get to help other people. So you did it. Now we're ready to help other people. Thank you, Julieta, for jumping on when you're in the car.
Get tons of customers. When I was talking to a big leader, a friend of mine, and he said, whatever you sell, people will buy. If you sell a small business, people will buy a small business. If you sell a big business, people will buy a big business. So I want everybody in here to believe that you can have 1,000 customers, seriously, because with the Zinzino for free, you get 25, and then help them have Zinzino for free, then you get 100 more. So it's really gotta be, don't see me as like, wow, it's 1 in a million. I am not Julieta. I can't do that, because everybody can do that. Just, I was listening to the director call from Orion. He said, if you don't want to eat a big elephant, not that we want to, but you can't eat it all. You have to cut it in pieces and go little by little. So that's what I want you to do with this campaign. Start little by little. Get your first 25. Help those 25 get Zinzino for free. Maybe not all of them will, but maybe yes. And then you'll have 100. And then get 100 and talk to them and help them get Zinzino for free. You get 400 more.
Yeah.
So it's completely possible to have 1,000 personal customers. Don't see me like one. I'm just pretty normal, just like everybody else. Just focus on that. Get a lot of customers, and it's easy. Let's do it.
Okay. Love that, Julieta. Art, she really has this point. You're saying, you really are using the things that they have in place. You're going to be building your business anyway. You're going to get customers anyway. We want to help people use the Zinzino for free. We're learning to tell our story. We just need to tell more people. It's exactly building the business with perks. It really is. It's just like perks of doing what we're supposed to be doing, isn't it, Art?
It is. And, Julieta's done such an amazing job. You've done such an incredible job. And that was without a campaign like this, right? But you did take advantage of every campaign along the way. So here's the thing about the campaign. Number one, every existing partner can upgrade and get an Ultimate Partner Kit now. And when you get that, you get to participate in the campaign, which gives you 2 basic partner kits to give to 2 lucky people. So what does that mean? It means we go back to our list, right? So step number 1, make your list. Number 2, who should we go talk to first? Don't think about that list as 100 people I have to go talk to right away. No, say who is the best person that I would love in my business. And now you have a reason to go to them, right? You have one more reason. We already have a lot of reasons, but now there's one more reason to go to them. And you can say, look, Carla, I've been thinking about you. I know you told me that, that you wanted to make a change in your life, that whatever the conversation looks like. Or Julieta can say, hey, look, you and I have been friends. you're a mom, you've been struggling or whatever it is, I have something I really want to tell you about. It's so exciting, right? There's a reason to go. So that's number one. Let's give everybody on the team a reason to go. And number two, invite them to a full presentation, right? Say, hey, here's the deal. In order for me to give you this, $500 worth of products and the ability to join a business completely free, I need you to just see the big picture, right? I want you to see the big picture. As Julieta said so well, if you think you can build a big business, build a big business. So I want you to see the big picture. If at the end of seeing the full presentation, you feel like this is something we can do together, and we're going to build this together, right? These are key words. We're going to build this together. I'm going to help you build your business. I'm not going to build your business for you, but I'm going to be there helping you build your business. If you see that that's possible, then it's going to be yours, right? And that's the invite. And if somebody's, wakes up and they're a pessimist and you're calling them and they're like, I don't know, it's too good to be true. Great, just come and take a presentation. But we're looking for the optimists, right? We're looking for the ones that say, you know what, I do need to make a change. I want to make a change. Here's my opportunity. I only have 2 of these, Carla, to give. I thought of you first. So let's do the conversation, right? And then they upgrade to the Ultimate Partner Kit, right? Because many of them are going to say, hey, I get my $500 of product for free. I can use that to immediately go create customers, right? Use that product in those kits to go create customers, get the Ultimate Partner Kit upgrade, and they can then go give 2 basic partner kits away to the next 2 people, right? And inside that Ultimate Partner Kit, they have products that they can use to go create their 25 subscribe and save customers, right? They're 25 that they're going to need to get that kit for free. So you're going to use the kits to go create the customers, right? Give away the test, or give the test to people, and then when they buy the test, give it back to you, whatever the method is. You get the kit for free after 13 months, and you have the ability to immediately get into action. If you duplicate that, understand this is from June and July. If you can duplicate that once, twice, 3, 4 times, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, something magical is going to happen inside your organization. So I think the next 10 days are really critical. The next 10 days are when you're going to get your messaging right. The next 10 days are when you're going to say, hey, I did it. I got my one, or I upgraded, right? So as leaders, we can say, as soon as you upgrade your kit, let your team know, hey, I just upgraded my kit. And then for the new people that join, once they get the Ultimate Partner Kit and they give away their 2, and they start creating customers, and the customers start creating them income, and they start having a left leg and a right leg, they can go get a second Ultimate Partner Kit. And then they can get a third Ultimate Partner Kit. So they can go get up to 3 Ultimate Partner Kits during this campaign, and they can qualify to get a refund on all 3, right? They get a refund on the first one by going A team. They get a refund on the second one by going pro team. They get a refund on the third one by going top team. Imagine you get all that product, $3,000 times 3, almost $10,000 of product to go create customers. And you get on top of that 6, $400, $500 basic partner kits to give away. And this is on top of everything that's already out there, Carla, right? This isn't like they took away part of the plan to give us this. No, this is on top of that. And so the conversations need to start happening for those people that want to take advantage of it. And then we'll support in that process.
And then that is that ranking up. There's no way, if you're taking advantage of this campaign, that you're not going to rank up. That's if you have that growth that Art's talking about, and you're using the campaign and helping people, and then as Julieta said, you're putting in customers at the same time, helping them get there. Seriously, there's going to be a momentum that's absolutely crazy. Actually, I think I'm going to pull in one of our Canadian partners who hasn't been on here yet. Deb, I'll let you unmute yourself. Thanks for being on here. And if there is a team right now that's really rocking, you guys are ranking up. Some of you are like taking a new title every month, Deb. This is kind of crazy. Hi.
Hi, thank you for having me on here. Yes, it's amazing. It's incredible, the team and the growth and the culture that we're creating.
And so, taking new titles like monthly, you definitely are doing something, and it is also, recruiting. And so this campaign falls at a time that's just like perfect for you guys, but it's actually perfect for everybody. What did you think when you heard this campaign?
We were flabbergasted. I had actually been up at 2 a.m. that morning because I was listening to a boss leadership over in with Robert Horkins over in Asia. So my day started at 2 a.m. And so by the time we heard about this campaign, we were just ecstatic. And we instantly started, thinking how we were going to promote this here in Canada. And we actually have a little bit of an incentive for that we're working on for our partners. And we're working with an affiliate company where and we're still fine tuning what we're going to be doing here, but when our partners come on and they buy that ultimate kit, and when they get those 2 new partners, give them their kits, and we get them to help them get their smart bronze, we're actually going to offer them a trip East Coast or West Coast in Canada or the US, because we got US partners too. And it'll be a 3-day, 4 nights that we're paying for, because we want to encourage that duplication. And we all have this need to travel. We've been cooped up way too long. And so we've kind of added this little bit of an incentive to our team as well.
You can feel your energy out there. I mean, this campaign is crazy. People are going to want to get out there and tell everybody anyway. But, campaigns, it kind of just proves with what you're saying that people love the campaigns.
They do. They're fabulous. I just, I got goosebumps when I heard it, and every once randomly now I'm still getting them, because it's such an opportunity for us to grow. And we're so thrilled to be able to share this. And I literally just did a short little video yesterday. I got my 120-day results back, and I came back at 2.8 to 1. So I'm super happy about that. So
I see a lot of people clapping and seeing that, but it's actually proof in the pudding. So you've been building the business. You didn't even have your second test back, and you've been promoting and building the team up there. That says a lot, because it really does work, and people can, you don't have to have your own test. You've got an upline, you've got other people's tests. The proof is in the pudding. 700,000 tests don't lie. Your own blood test doesn't lie. But this is incredible. So do you guys have goals? I just wanted to hear if you have any goals set for during this time, because I know you guys, I know
Ray's goal is to be diamond by July 1st. So we have some heavy duty goals to make and break. And somebody that's very, very wise told me that congratulated me on becoming a diamond, but they also told me that I'm not really a diamond until I break a diamond. So my goal is to break a diamond.
Well, that's incredible. But I think you've done like a title every month. So you're doing the right things up there. And that actually can give everybody who's been a partner for a while, they can get started and do that today. You started in, let's see, what was the day you started exactly?
I finger pricked December 31st.
December 31st. So did you hear that, everybody out there? She started this pretty much, the 1st of January. She's diamond today. I think it was like once a new title every month, went silver, then gold, then executive, then platinum, then diamond. I think that's how it went, right?
Yeah, it was pretty exciting. And obviously I couldn't do it without my team. And that's where, we're so focused on creating this culture here within our team and making everything duplicatable, because it's easy, and sharing. I mean, you can just tell like the energy of people that we're helping to change their lives with their health and their wealth. And, we have several people that are looking at at August, and they're like, you know what, my maternity leave is coming up and I'm not going to have to go back to work. So that's just, it's amazing. And so we're so happy to be able to give that to these people. Well, they're giving it to themselves, but working together as a team, we're able to achieve greater things quicker.
Well, we love it. You're such an inspiration. And I hope everybody else has listened to that. A new rank. It's about ranking up. Art, you have to say, when you talk about ranking up, it really is, you set those goals to start ranking up, right, Art?
You do. Rank up, bank up, right? If you rank up, guess what? You can't not make more money when you rank up. So if you're ranking up, you're banking up. Deb and Ray, I'm so proud of both of you up in Canada, the entire team. Deb made diamond, and I'm going to have to disclose, in full disclosure, that I was the meanie who told her, hey, you're not a diamond until you break a diamond, right? But that's just, that was the higher level training. And it is what I believe, because then once we teach somebody to go do what we've done, then that really qualifies us as at that rank. So they've been breaking ranks up there on their team, executives, platinum, diamond, I think directors and Deb's future as well. And so here's the deal. There's going to be some people that are going to say, hey, you know what? I don't know if I can afford to upgrade to ultimate partner kit right now. Okay, I get it. But you do want to build your business, yes. And you want to sponsor people, yes. And you want to build a left and right team, yes. Okay, great. How much product do you have on hand, right? Let's take some of your product. Let's go create some customers. Let's go use that as an incentive to go bring on people on board until we have made some money so that you can go get that ultimate partner kit, right? So let's just, go help problem solve with whatever challenge somebody may have. The people on the team who want to go take advantage of it, the people on the team who want to go build, right? Not everybody's going to fall in that category. Maybe the summer's here, they decide to take off, no problem. Find the ones who do. So from a promotional toolbox standpoint, here's a couple of tips. Number one, write down committed, right? Be committed, be the most committed person in your organization to the campaign, right? To building. So part of that is, I'm out and about, Julietta's out and about, people are traveling, depending on what state you're in, province, right? Starting to open up. But be committed to saying, I'm committed to this campaign. And the building block of that campaign is, let's get somebody tested, right? Let's go prick a finger. Who can I go get tested today? Not, oh, maybe I'll make a list next week and think about getting somebody tested 2 weeks from now. No. Who can you get tested today? Do you have some balance tests on hand that you can go get tested, somebody tested today? Right? So you're committed, be more committed to that than anybody on your team, right? Strive for that as a goal. Number two, intensity, right? Just what is that bright, burning, hot intensity that you're bringing in? Are you bringing in that laser focus where you're not focused at all on what's happening outside of Zinzina right now, as far as building the business? And I'm not saying ignore your family or you don't lock yourself in the closet and not ignore your kids. It's not what I'm saying. But who won the NBA championship? Doesn't matter, right? What's happening in the news? Doesn't matter. What that team's doing over there, great, use it as inspiration, doesn't matter. What are you bringing right now with intensity to this campaign? People will feel that, right, into your organization. Pure intensity from the bottom of your heart. I did my one, and I tested somebody today, and let your team know. Tomorrow, test somebody again. I tested somebody today, let them know, right? Just be that intensity. Number three is a verbal commercial, right? So basically, what is it that you're putting out into your organization? What is it that you're putting out into your team that you're saying? And is it around the campaign? Is it around getting people tested? Is it around getting people on the health protocol? What does that look like? What's the verbal commercial, right? And maybe your goal is to do 1 test a week, right? Maybe it's to do 2 tests a week. Maybe it's 3 tests a week. When you do that, you're going to find some people are going to love this campaign, right? So you can control your inputs. You can't control the output, right? But if we control the inputs and we get excited about the inputs and we put a verbal commercial on that, then you're going to have, more intensity. So maybe your goal is, in our organization, we're going to get 500 tests done this month, 500, right? And the best way to get tests is get these kits, right? So you go get the kits, lots of tests in the kits, go get people tested, whatever that verbal commercial is. Number 4, committed is number 1. Number 2 is intensity. Number 3 is verbal commercial. Number 4 is repetition, right? How many times do you have to repeat with your kids, what they need to do? How many times do we have to repeat with ourselves? How many times does the news have to repeat something until we get it? How many times do companies like Apple advertise until we get it, right? A repetition is the key for people to start getting it. They're not going to understand it the first time they hear it, or the second time, or maybe after the Zoom. Let's repeat what we intend to do until it sounds like a broken record. Let's just keep repeating it. A child, when they're learning to walk, I learned this yesterday, I was amazed by this. They fall down 100 times a day when they're learning to walk. Like, imagine falling down 100. I know that they fell down a lot. I didn't know it was 100 times a day. So repetition. I'm not saying fall down every day, but put yourself out there enough to fall down every day, because good things will happen. Number 5 is your vision, right? Share your vision. What am I going to do? What is the goal within our organization? We heard Deb sharing her vision. We heard Julietta sharing her vision, right? Like what, depending on the size of your organization. So if it's you and one other person, then your vision is, hey, between the two of us, we're going to get 50 tests out there this month. 50, right? That's the vision. And how can you do that? Well, 2 of you can do 25, or each of you sponsors 1, 4 of you are there, and 4 of you each do 10, right? But what is that vision? Create that vision in your organization and then make that repetitive and figure out what that is. And then based on that vision, number 6 is your game plan, right? Okay, our goal is to do 50 tests this month. Let's work backwards. If there's only 2 of us on the team, that's 25 each, right? If we happen to sponsor 2 people, then we can divide that up amongst those 2 people, right? And there's 4 of us that are going to go do those tests. So figure out the game plan. Next, number 7 would be recognition, right? Like really press into the recognition. If somebody's done a test and they've never done a test before, recognize them, right? Maybe to you it's no big deal because this is the 20th, 30th, 50th test you've done. For them, it's their first one. They got over the hurdle, recognize it. Somebody goes and sponsors one, recognize it. Somebody goes and gets the Ultimate Partner Kit upgrades, recognize it. Somebody gives away their first, basic partner kit from one of their 2 coupons, recognize them. Let's go heavy on that recognition, right? Really heavy. Number 8, positive peer pressure, right? And I know I'm laying it all out, but I'm saying if you start hitting these points, you're going to get the most out of a campaign. Positive peer pressure is basically saying, hey, every Monday, we're going to recognize who did a test this week, right? So all of a sudden it becomes public, right, within your organization. Not to shame the people who didn't, but to recognize those who did, and the ones who said they would are like, uh-oh, the list is coming out on Monday. I better be on that list, right? I better be one of the people that did a test. Number 9, accountability. And that is, you can say, hey, I'm running this campaign. I want you to email me or text me. I mean, who does just email, but text, right? WhatsApp signal and say, hey, text me that you did what you were committed to doing this week, right? That you did your 2 tests this week, right? Create an accountability for the next 8 weeks during this campaign and see what happens, right? When you have that accountability, there's a deadline. And when deadlines happen in your team, people say, uh-oh, I better do what I got to do. And then out of this, number 10, comes stories, right? And most of you that know me know that I work on stories a lot. And stories is what's happening as this is happening, right? Hey, I went and I talked to one person, they wanted to get tested and they chickened out, but they became a customer. Great, tell that story, right? It's okay. Hey, I went and tested a person and I mispricked them and they screamed, but they worked out. Great. Hey, I went and tested a person and they loved it. They're so excited to see the results. Hey, I went and tested one, I did this, right? Create the stories and start sharing the stories with others. What's happening in the campaign? What's happening as people are getting tested? What are the results people are getting on the products? What's happening when somebody sponsors one on the left, one on the right, and then they get their second Ultimate Partner Kit, right? Start sharing those stories. And we're great at doing that virtually now as well. Then this one is, kind of controversial. And number 11 is inclusion and exclusion, right? Hey, I love everybody, but who I'm working with the hardest this month are the ones that are participating in the campaign. Who am I working the hardest with this month are the ones who are committed to doing 1 test a week, right? Who are the people I'm working the hardest this month are the ones that have raised their hand and said, I'm going to be accountable this month, right? So you create an inclusion that you're going to work with stronger, the ones that are willing to work. And that's okay to say, right? Say, not that I don't love you, we love everybody and we're always here for you. But for the next 4, 6, 8 weeks, my laser focus is the ones who want to go and upgrade, right? And who want to go and rank up, who want to go and get their 10 customers. And then number 12, distractions. I can't not mention distractions. Focus, eliminate campaign, distractions, kill distractions. This is the campaign. Are you in or are you out? This is not the time to test other things. This is the time to just go and double down on what's working, right? Because this is just extra money. We know what works. We know the test base works. We know subscription works. We know getting to 18 works. We know the extra income works. We know all that works. Just double down on it, right? So maybe one less Netflix show, maybe one, just where are you carving out that time? Get rid of the distractions and get after it, right? This is, let me tell you what, they can't do this campaign every month, right? I'm telling you that right now. So this is it, right? This is June and July. This is the campaign. Number 13 is the assignment. What's the assignment? Is it 1 test a week that you're going to do? 1 test a day, 2 tests a week. What's the assignment? What's the fundamental assignment that we're going to put out there for people to do so that they can be moving forward? And then, number 14 is the expectation. Set the expectation. The expectation is that we're all going to do this, right? The expectation is that we're in. The expectation is that we're all entrepreneurs. The expectation is that we're optimists. We believe in our future. I believe in my future. I believe in your future. And because I believe in the future and I wake up in the morning believing in that, then I'm going to go build it, right? Builders build. The expectation is the people who we're going to work closest with are the ones who are willing to go build it, right? And those are some of the ways to think about a campaign. To say, hey, we could just say, hey, did you get the email about the campaign? And just leave it at that. Or take some of these, pieces of the toolbox and say, I'm going to use this to go and really put a focus on it. Commitment, intensity, verbal, commercial, repetition, cast your vision, create a game plan, put in recognition, create some positive peer pressure, put in some accountability, tell the stories, create a little bit of inclusion and exclusion, eliminate, kill distractions, focus on the assignments, and set the expectations. Now, wow, that's a lot, Art. Okay, that's great. Not asking all of you to do that, but some of you are on this call saying, I want to take this to a whole nother level, right? I really want to get to the next level. If you do, go listen to this again on the replay, take some notes and say, which parts of this campaign, these campaign points do I want to use in addition to what's already out there. So, Carla, I'm going to turn it back to you. I see we got Dave Ives on here. I don't know if you want to pop out to Dave. I know he's excited about this campaign as well.
Art, what you just wrote, and I see people are putting it in the chats and different things and writing it down. Thank you. Appreciate that. Is actually the, everything you need to do to build this business. Following Deb, that's the things that she is working on. I mean, that was incredible to be ranking up. There's the recipe for it. And the person who I think has followed this the most has been probably one of the fastest growing teams of all of Zinzino. And the way you can see that is because all the ranks that come from his team. And actually he had his new rank just this last week here and last month too. So congratulations to you, Mr. Black Crown, Dave Ives. Whoop, whoop. Hi, Dave.
Hey, Carla, is my internet okay? You can hear me okay?
I hear you absolutely great. Okay,
Fantastic.
I'm talking so much, my voice is going. So, Dave, what Art was just talking about, all those things about building this. I mean, seriously, Dave, you have been building this. I know so many of these, the recipe here is exactly what you're doing. What did you think of the campaign when you heard it?
Well, first of all, I like what Art said at the beginning. And I've just got to tell everybody, I like cake, right? The cake's already done, right? The cake's been baked and the company's come along and said, well, how much icing do you want? And I think one of the things that we've got to understand is no matter how nice the cake tastes, no matter how tempting the icing is, unless we take action and pick up that knife, that cake is going to stay there on the plate. And if we want to slice, we're going to have to, some of us, I included, have to sharpen my skill sets. Art always says, don't change, be yourself. But you know what? We must become a better version of ourselves because I've always believed this. First thing, go make that list. Make that list up. But Dave, Art, Carla, we've spoken to these guys. But I was always of the belief we can always go back when we got a new message on what we spoke about last time. And we're going back with a new message, right? We got icing this time. Last time we went with the cake, and now we got the icing. So,
well, actually, Dave, you were a follow-up. I mean, Marco had been following up on you, and if he would have had that idea, saying, "Okay, well, I've already talked to Dave; he's not going to follow up," you wouldn't be where you are today, right?
Yep, and it's all to do with timing, right? So that's the key element. But the reality is, we've got to own it. Art just gave us the recipe, but everything in there's an element of action, but there's also an element of mindset, right? The commitment. We can all desire more, we can all want more, but are we prepared to do more? And to see a company like Zinzino, and what we are seeing today, and we got to understand, is that we're seeing a gift from the company of a decade of effort to put them in that strong financial position. One of the things we got to do, though, is I believe this to be true, is yes, we got that gift we've paid forward, but we want to educate these people that they're going to want to do the same, right? Because we don't just want a load of free gifts being given away. We want people to do the same thing of that duplication, make that investment. Let's go and replicate those 2 free gifts and identify those in the organizations that are wanting to maximize the campaign. And
Okay,
I
Dave,
think that
I just want to go back because we're talking about that. But one of the things you are amazing at is the action part. So there's people out there, people are looking at this campaign and they're reading it and they're going, oh, wow. Okay, yeah, I want to rank up. You were just saying that people want to. They want to rank up. They want to use this, but what are they going to do right now? You talked about the list. So what is it that they need to have as their mindset? What is it that they need to do as action? What are you telling people in your team for them to do right now?
one of the biggest things is I believe this campaign should generate more 3-way calls than ever before in our career. We should be we should be having 3-way call parties. We should be getting half a dozen of your key folks who say they want to get a Zoom and let's do some 3-way calls together. Let's start making those calls and going back, do some role playing. If you want to learn how to position that new offer of being able to go back to Art and say, hey Art, how's things going with you and the family? You know, we visited that project I was working on in test-based nutrition. Well, you know what? Something's just landed on my desk that I had to come back to you and give you an update. Now, Art, before I do though, are you in a better place now that you're open? Why? I'm going to use posture. I'm going to use, well, yeah, Dave, actually things have cleared off my desk. Dave, I'm not committal right now. Hey, Art, I'm not asking that. I'm simply asking, are you in a better place that you may be open? Because what I've got to share with you, well, you thought it may have been of interest before, I'm going to let you know there's something significant the company is doing as a giveaway for those who are ready to engage. At the end of our conversation, Art, you either are or not. Either way is good with me, but you're one of the first that I need to share this with, because I believe when we connected 6 months ago, there was something that you resonated with you, but timing was wrong. Was I right there? So again, remember what was that conversation before. Don't go running back to people, just say, hey, you need to, hey, make it personalized. So I hope you do. Most of the people, I do. If I was speaking to Art 6 months ago, I write down 3 or 4 things about Art that what happened in that conversation. So when I can revisit Art several months later, I just go to Art, oh, memory jogger. And you know what this is like? When you've ever read a book and you highlight it, and I hope you do that, you highlight a book, a year from now, when you speed read, you go, oh, I remember that phrase, and it opens up the whole chapter comes flooding back. There's something about, we got a great campaign, but personalize it. Have a load of 3-way calls going, and your goal, here's the biggest goal. Those who lose their voice the fastest are the ones who are building the campaign.
You can hear that with me, you can hear it with Juliana. We're all losing our voices. Actually, Deb was saying some things too about that. Yeah, people that are active. Okay, so we're ready to make as many calls as possible. Following up, actually, just a 1 sentence. One of the things Peter Sorensen, who has an elite president title, he says, get a 3-ring binder, buy those dividers that are for January to December, and put 1 page per person. That way you can write up there, Art. Yeah, well, the cat had worms. I don't know what was going on, but he couldn't talk right now. And then you could say, well, you know, I'm going to follow up. And then you move it down 3 months, because that way you can have 500 people in this 3-ring binder. And then when you get down 3 months, you go, oh, yeah, that's right, with Art. And then you can be personal and say, hey, Art, how is it going with your cat? You know, oh, yeah. And people love the connection. So connecting with people, following up is important. Then you get people on like Dave. Okay, Dave, back to what you're doing. Perfect in regards to giving, contacting people, getting on the calls as much as possible. And you get somebody who says, yes, I'm going to take that free kit and I'm going to get started. What do people do there? Because this is important. You were talking about some important things when you get people started.
Yeah, I mean, let me backtrack if I may just quickly. I know we've been on a little bit of time, but hey, think about the campaign. The campaign is huge, but what do we need to really personally do to maximize that campaign is get two, right? We get the ultimate and we get two. And in that ultimate is, I don't know what kit you get, but I'm recommending go get the practitioner kit, whatever it may be called in the States, in the United Kingdom. It's 12 for a practitioner kit ultimate. There's 10 balanced kits. There's my goal now to move those to customer trials. So you think, what is my personal intention? What's my personal goal? 2 new partners, 10 new subscriptions. Right, that's all I'm going to do. I want to maximize my investment. Then I help Arlo get started. I help Val get started, and I'll share with them what I've done so they can maximize the campaign. So again, what does this campaign really do? I think Art mentioned it, or maybe you, Carl, at the very beginning. This campaign is only really supercharging what we all should be doing in the Express Start anyway, right? Get someone started, make a list, set your calendar, schedule some blocks of time, maybe 10 meetings in the first 10 days. So all this, nothing changes, but now we're incentivized and we got a ticking down of those 15 days. So if you be the example, remember, example isn't everything, it's the only thing. So you got to make sure that you are the one who's leading by example. That's both in what I love what Art said today, optimism, not pessimism, right? You can't go, well, can I get to? I've been in a whole year and I haven't got to yet. Well, guess what? You're going to portray that. So you decide, first decision, are you going to maximize the campaign? Great, make the investment, let the upline know, go to whoever's got the right mindset for the campaign. Don't stop at your sponsor if they don't at this time, because your sponsor will love you when you succeed because the volume's still in their organization. So don't let the pessimist slow down the optimist. Find someone who can be a running buddy with you.
I love this. Okay, let me pull Art in here too, because Dave is spot on things, and I'm so excited. I wasn't sitting at my desk. I'm like, okay, I got to go back and listen to this for my own notes here now. Art, this is the action. This is like the biggest, the best action campaign to build the momentum and growing the business anywhere, anytime. It's crazy, right? Wouldn't you say, Art?
It is. I've been like typing down some notes here. If you saw me on my iPad in the car, and I love what Dave said. He said, "I love cake." And it's true. We all love cake. I mean, you try not to eat too much of it, but we love it. My daughters bake cake, and I love cake. And the icing is fantastic. Here's the way to think about it. This is the way I think about it. Is yes, we are 10 plus years into the history of Zinzino. Just we're getting to that vertical of growth. It's been amazing. But if you imagine a cake, it's got beautiful icing, and Dave's a foodie, I'm a foodie, and we put a knife into that cake, right? And then we pull the knife out just because we're slicing, and we slice a piece, and then we put a piece on a plate. And then you've got the knife in your hands, and the knife has a little bit of icing on it. It has a little bit of residue from the cake. If all you got was that little bit of stuff on the knife and you were able to lick it, that little lick is probably worth being a president compared to what we're going to do, right? So if you just got a lick of the cake, it's on the knife, it's going to be enough volume to get to president. That's my opinion based on what's happening with this company. So just give me a lick of the knife and I'm going to be happy. And that's one way to think about it. And I wanted to just, if it's okay with you, Dave, just to demonstrate what the Slide Edge looks like in business growth. When Dave joined the business, May of 2019, I believe it was, and if shake your head if it's not true, because I've been going off memory, then May of 2020, Dave became a director, right? 1 year later. So 1 year it took him to do what I think is amazing. To get to director in 1 year is a blistering pace. But for Dave, it probably felt like flat line of the growth. And he's like, oh, yeah, diamond and now director, and I'm getting to where I want. Dave, approximately how many customers were on your team at the director level in May of 2020?
Last year, I was sitting around, well, the team was sitting around 1,300 group subscriptions.
1,300 group subscriptions at that moment in time. So think about that. For 1 year, from 0 to 1,300 on his team. By all means, that's amazing, right? So that's what it looks like. Is you're doing the activity day in and day out, day in and day out, day in and day. I bet there wasn't a day the day went by that he didn't do something in the business that year, like multiple times a day, right? Just committed. Then a year later, after hitting director in May of 2020, May of 2021, he became Black Crown, right? So now all of a sudden, flat side of the curve turning up, and then all of a sudden the curve went up faster because at Black Crown, Dave, May of 2021, how many subscriptions were on your team?
We're just under 8,400, 8,400.
8,400. So the first year, 0 to 1,300, amazing pace. The next year, get this, triple the amount of the first year added to the existing number, 8,400, right? So what happened? Did he just become 3 times better? No, as he said, right? We want to don't change, but keep getting better. But because he was able to tap into the power of a team, the power of a system, the power of a vision that's being held steadfast, no matter how many no's, yes, maybes, quits happen along the way, and it just turned upward. My belief is that Dave's going to hit the next rank, ambassador, within the next 120 days. I bet he's going to completely surprise me and do it sooner. The reality is he probably could have done it almost last month, but I like this story better because I'd rather that he had hit Black Crown and then hit ambassador the following month. I know he doesn't want to hear that because it helps us illustrate the power of the slight edge, that you can accomplish so much more in a shorter period of time later after you set the foundation. So just, are you committed to setting that foundation, right? Are you committed to setting that foundation so that you can then benefit from what Dave's benefiting from now, right? When he started, not a lot of people probably believed it, but he said, no, later in my business, I'm going to be getting so much more than I'm putting in, right? And he's nowhere near done. At some point, you're going to wake up and there's going to be new diamonds in your organization and you won't know their names. This is the first time you've heard of them. Now, Dave's not in that position yet. He knows all the people are going to get too close to that, but at some point, that does happen in direct selling. Lick the slice of the knife, right? Just the icing on there, good enough at minimum to get you to ambassador, right? Probably to president. So that's the visual word picture I would say to leave you with. And again, wake up as an optimist every morning, right? That's what we do as entrepreneurs. Optimists build the future because we believe in the future. Dave Ives joined. He probably would have been more excited if this campaign was there the day he joined. But from that point forward, it was an optimistic viewpoint, and it became contagious. Optimism is contagious. Pessimism is contagious as well. Don't get caught in the pessimistic, what we call it, PV-19 instead of COVID-19. They call it a pessimism 19, PM-19. Be the optimistic ones. So Dave, great, just congratulations to you, to Julieta, to Deb, and Ray up in Canada. Carla, to you. I'm going to turn it over to you to close it out.
Okay. Oh,
Carla, can I just
Dave.
add one thing? One thing I would say, Art, for everybody to really not just hear, but accept and take on board, regardless of whether it was day one or today, regardless of the rank or the bank up money, all that great stuff. And I love Art. He's the best at those connections. I wake up every day, look in my calendar and see how many three-way calls I have in, whether my personal ones, whether what your personal, if it's personal, I still pull in Marco Passanante. I still pull in Orion Seller for my three-way calls. Why? It's not because I need them to do it for me, but the power of the three-way conversation. Then I look into my diary and see how many have I got. Before we even hit Shan's on the call, my partner, my goal is to do 5, 6, 7, 8 calls a day. I'm full-time now, a day before the evening starts, which is where you build your business. Because we build our business primarily as people are returning home in the evenings. That's what, because they're getting off work. And this is my biggest thing. And I think this will go up there with one of Art's. While weekends, while the masses rest, I invest. I'm busier today, Saturday and Sunday. I don't take it off because I don't want Monday to come round where I would be in a job scenario. So while others play, that's what I'm building. So every day I do the same today as I did 2 years ago. I did today, the day I went Black Crown, the same day I went direct. And that is, hey, Art, how you doing, buddy? How's the family? Are you traveling these days? Hey, buddy, by the way, let me ask you a quick question. Health still important to you? It is. Buddy, if there was a test that, hey, Carla, how are you? How's the family? Yeah. Hey, Carla, I know you're an entrepreneur right now, but I don't know if you've got any space for any other projects, but I just want to let you know, I thought about you because the other few months ago, I decided and aligned with myself with a publicly traded company in test-based nutrition. And there's a lot of people just like you, name her career, an accountant, a mechanic, a pharmacist, a nutritionist, just like you, that I've seen in the meetings that I've attended. Now, I don't know if you've got any space. Let me ask you a quick question. Do you keep your options open? I do that over again. No, surely you don't, Dave. That's all I do. I'm just a dumb chef with a dream.
I love it.
The bottom line is, don't stop doing what got you to where you are. Don't let the rank be an entitlement. Go, right, that's done, that's achieved, that's a team effort. Thank you, everybody. Now, like Art said, Black Crown's one thing, it's when you break one, that's better. Sorry, Gut.
I love it. No, we need that. Okay, so for everybody on here, welcome to this power hour. We have to just say thank you to Art for being on. That's just like the recipe for becoming president that you have there. Thank you so much, Julieta, Deb, you guys are rocking this. It's just so inspiring. And Dave, power. I absolutely love this. So I'm going to challenge everybody. If you're watching online, if you are watching the replay, or if you're in the team page or whatever, first of all, you need to tag everybody in your team or call them or make sure that they watch this. This hour, I don't think we've ever had a more powerful hour on our Saturday calls. You need to go back and listen to this. You need to follow Dave's wording. You need to follow exactly what Art was saying. You need to be inspired and talk about things just like Julieta and Deb were talking about, is getting the next people in. It's about recruiting. It's about building this team right now. So write in the comments, maybe accountability, write something that you want to achieve, your goal, or maybe your top takeaway from this. And let's start spreading the stories. We need to get the word out to absolutely everybody. So thank you, everybody, for being on. This was the most incredible power hour I think we've ever had. So let's get out there and really work this campaign. Don't wait, start today. And I think I'll say, just like Art would say, Art, we're gonna take it to a whole
nother level.
Absolutely. I'm going to quick unmute everybody so that they can do the exact same thing. Oh, I need to put them on here. Everybody can now unmute.
Buddy.
There.
Gracias.
Gracias. Everybody.
Thank you, Carla.
Let's make it happen, guys.
Incredible.
Oh. Thank you.
Awesome job. Great.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Great job, guys.
Fabulous meeting.
Absolutely.
Thank
Have
you.
a great day, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy day.